All right, man. We are live again, man.
We are
We are
back.
back, man. We are back. We are new in this, man. And yeah, we are live, and we're just talking about we were just talking about how the whole incident of going public, with Oba,
Hmm.
and it has tarnished his image. And then we made a very interesting comparison with Suarez, of how, like, his whole racism, gesture with Evra has gone, like, it really went big, right? And
Hmm.
the FA had to interfere and all that, but it did not sort of like devalue him, because when he went to Barca, he did his thing. But with Arsenal going public with Oba, right? You know, do you I sincerely think that Oba is in his last days of his. I mean, he has his prime days were over, lah, basically. I'm not saying he's finished, but I think he's slowing down a lot, and this whole stripping the captaincy out of his his role in Arsenal is really going to do more negative than positive for him, right? Right? What do you think, Fahmi?
I think yeah, like you say, I do not think that he is finished as a footballer.
Mm,
I think it's just that the surroundings there at Arsenal doesn't suit him
mm.
now. It doesn't suit him. And I actually even before the incident, the
Yeah.
the strip the when they strip his captaincy, even before that, he doesn't look he doesn't look interested. He looks very
Mm, mm, mm.
disinterested. Um, he still has the technical skills and everything. It's just that when you when you when you're at a place, when you're at a workplace where you feel like you're dragging your feet to the
Yeah.
workplace, then it's not a conducive environment. So for you, so I think if he goes somewhere fresher, get a fresh start at ETC, then most probably he can ball again. I don't think he's finished. To It's just that mental is
Mm.
quite important. If you actually in a very good mental state, then the brain, the brain will help the body, the feet, you know, to move. Like what Rafnik says, like what Raf said, because
Yeah,
everything
man. The
else is
mental is everything,
everything.
man.
Yeah, everything else is a tool. The brain has to guide the tool to do whatever lah. So when the brain is not there, then the tool cannot function properly lah. Itu je lah, I think.
Absolutely, man. 100%. I think that's the main thing, because Tuchel said the same thing. Like what you said. Do you know that he said the same thing? He said like he's quite sad with what has happened to Oba, with regards to the stripping him from the
Oh,
captaincy and all that.
he did commented.
Yeah, he did comment. He
Oh,
said
okay.
like
What?
he's quite sad,
Hmm.
and he
Hmm.
said that actually Oba, for the kind of elite player he is, it's
Hmm.
quite sad to see what he's going through, and he did say that it's a mental thing for him instead of a technical ability thing, because he said
Hmm.
like Oba is one of the most technically gifted player,
Yeah. Okay.
um and because he did manage him in Dortmund, right?
He won.
So
He won the African Player of the Year. I think few seasons back. I think.
I believe so.
Yeah. If you have won the African Best Player of the Year award, then you are not a chump. Yeah, basically, you are
You're
an
not a
elite
fluke now.
elite. And not fluke.
Yeah.
You are actually no, actually, wherever he goes, he scores. Even at Arsenal, even at Dortmund, even at last time when he was at Monaco, I think during his first years, I think Monaco or somewhere. I
Mm.
can't remember. Yeah, he did. He did. He's actually quite good lah. So if you win, the list of people who have won the African Player of the Year is like your Yaya Touré, your Didier
Mm.
Drogba, your Mo
Yeah, yeah.
Salah. So this is not some chump guys. So for Oba to win it amongst the other players that are there,
Yeah.
he's quite something lah kan. So now it's
Yeah.
about the mental lah. Mental dia, when your mental is not at the right place, you cannot do work. Sama lah kita, if you go to our office also, if we are not at the mental state, you boring dengan, you hate your boss,
That's right.
you don't like the 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 your colleagues you cannot perform, man. You just cannot perform.
That's right.
Some
Yeah, man.
people
Like,
can go through past that. Some people can get past that.
mm,
But even so, when you try to get past that, you cannot perform at your highest level, lah, basically. If you're not happy, then you cannot perform at your highest level. It's simple as that.
yeah, I think it's more of, yeah, 100%. Like that's exactly what Tuchel said. Like, the play he is, for him to go through all that is, maybe it's really a mental thing, which is what we
Mm,
all
mm,
believe. It's a mental thing for him. Like, I don't think he's finished, but I really
mm,
believe that he's.
mm,
I don't think he's also in his prime, right?
mm,
I think he has passed
mm.
his prime, probably in his last lap of his
Betul,
prime,
betul, betul.
and he probably in his
Mm,
last lap, and maybe he
mm,
needs to go to another club, like, and
mm,
to get like a refreshing level to his journey, to his career,
mm,
because I
mm,
mean, like, it's not like I know he loves Arsenal, but loving a club is not it's just could get you that far, I mean, like I discussed this with Daniel last stream. I told him that
mm,
Harry Kane loves Spurs, but
mm,
what kind of motivation can love give you, right? I mean, like, in terms of, I love my club, itu je, that's all, right?
mm, mm,
But the kind of motivation that you need as a player, especially like those kind of play, like elite players, is basically a trophy. You need to
mm,
fight for a championship, or title. Then
mm,
they will
mm,
say, okay, I'm going to work hard,
mm,
and I'm
mm,
going to I'm going to be my best. I'm going to dominate my role. But
mm.
like, you see Harry Kane now. Harry Kane is not playing badly, but it's not. He's just playing enough. But anyway, that's Oba, man. I think it is what it is. I
That's
think let
yeah,
Arsenal
yeah.
deal with Oba. Yeah,
It's mental lah. It's mental. Like you say just now also Harry Kane. Harry Kane is not a stupid footballer lah, basically.
yeah.
So we've seen him. He's been our top England EPL top scorer for how many years? And then he scores a lot of
Yeah.
goals for England as well. So it's all about
Hmm.
mental. That's why Raf, when he wanted a psychologist, that is quite that's another side
Yeah.
of it. That's how he looks at it. Okay, I've watched a video on Talksport, their YouTube channel. So I
Okay.
watched this. Who is this West Ham guy? West Ham. There's this one West Ham footballer. He's, I think, what was his
Tony
name? He's a
Antonio
sorry.
Mikhail, uh,
No, 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 no. Not the current
Suchek.
squad. No, 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 not the current squad. He was invited into the Top Sport studio to discuss about his injury. What was his
Okay.
name? And then okay, and then what he said was, because at the time they were talking about what you think about this rough punya appointment in regards to the psychologist. So
Okay.
psychologist, psychiatrist. Okay. So the this guy, this guy, this guy actually told the audience that he during his time when he was at West Ham, when he has a back injury, actually
Hmm.
he took a psychologist outside of the club lah, to help him
Okay.
recover from his injuries. So because when you have a back injury, you don't know how you're going to go after your injury. You don't know how you're going to perform, etc.,
Yeah.
etc. Right? So you don't know
Yeah.
whether you can get to the same level as you were before. So he 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 hired one psychologist to help him with the mental side of things. So he said
Wow.
that really actually helped him a lot lah. So
Hmm.
what, yeah, so I'm very happy with what Raf is trying to do lah, actually. So yeah, it's mental ni very very important. Kalau you kan, kalau you tak ada mental, you tak strong, your mental is not there, you cannot perform, man. It's simple as that, you
Yeah,
know.
it says, yeah, you're right, you're right. I mean, like,
Mm,
it's as simple, okay, I'm not sure if I've said this in the streams or not, but for me, it's like we are all human beings. Players, the football players are all human beings, and if they were to wake up one day and don't feel good, suddenly you just don't feel good, right? It's not. It's not.
mm,
It's
mm.
not like you have a reason for not feeling good all the time, right? Sometimes you just don't feel good
Yeah,
that day,
yeah.
right? You
Mm,
just
mm,
don't feel good.
mm,
Like even like
mm,
when you want to go for a game or want to play your best, you just don't feel good. But this is where like this is where the training comes in, right? The drilling comes in. Like when you have drilled so much, you drill into the player so much, you know the system
mm,
so well, you understand the system so well, right?
mm,
That even when you are not when you don't feel good, right? You will still play the same level. And that's what I've seen in City. I believe that City, when the players play, right, it's not like Mahrez and KDB. These guys are all like, oh, very happy, and they play for their club. I wouldn't know like right how they feel, but because
mm,
they have been drilled into that system every day, and
mm,
it has become a second nature for them, right?
mm,
Because it has become second nature for them, that even when they don't feel good, they could do it naturally. Like even when they're feeling down, they could just do it as a second nature. It just comes naturally for them to play in that kind of system, right? And therefore they could achieve what they could achieve on the pitch. And I recognize that that is going to take some time for Manchester.
mm,
Even as they
mm,
now we are talking
mm,
about Manchester, right? Like with
mm,
Ralph and all that. Like that's going to take some time, and like because the players right now, they are playing as though, yeah, we are playing for Manchester, but there's no coach that has come and drilled that into them and say, hey, this system has to be your second nature. That no matter how
mm,
you feel, no matter what happens today,
mm,
it is the system that will cause you to run into the space, the way you turn, the way you shoot, the way you overlap, right? The way you progress the ball, it has to become natural. Right now, Ralph has to like tell them, hey, take the ball up, push it up.
yeah, 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 yeah.
The coaching will take some time, right? So yeah, Fami, you say you want to talk about Norwich United's game versus Norwich, man. Like we should discuss on that.
Mm, yeah.
Go ahead.
Shit,
Yeah.
shit. That was the 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 one word to describe it. So
Oh man.
we we could have lost, you know. So it looks as if Ole is still there, and yeah, I don't like fans who are very knee jerk
Hmm.
reaction. You know, or Raf is doing that. Why this? Why that? Why he keep the same 11? Okay, talking about the same 11. Talking about the
Hmm.
same 11. You think after 1 week, after 1 week of being with the players, after 1 week of being with the players, he can actually know what all the players are all about. I'm telling you. So I'm asking you
Hmm.
now. So it cannot be done. It's only a week. So they have they have had like a few training sessions together, and what I understand Raf in the sense that he wants to stay with this. He wants to stick with the same team because the same team did well against Crystal Palace. So why would he change?
Yeah.
And then he because these players that he puts on versus Crystal Palace, he actually saw their performance. So why putting
Hmm.
something? I mean, why you want to put somewhere else? So uh, and then let's talk about this Bruno and Rashford thingy. Oh man, um, uh, to me when I see them and I see Raf and also Raf wasn't very happy. He wasn't happy during the final whistle. You can you can see in his face. His face he was quite angry. So
Yeah.
maybe because the he doesn't see what he wants in the team. And then Rashford and Bruno performance. What do you think about it? I mean, they the thing that that worries me is that we actually in that game we we have countless of balls in a dangerous position at the final third.
Yep.
And then when the ball arrives at Rashford or Bruno, you actually as fans, you are actually on the edge of your seat, like okay, 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 go, go, go. But somehow
Yep.
when when the ball arrives at them, hilang, the ball will go away. The passes wasn't right. Like Bruno, the passes wasn't right. There's
Yeah.
no ball retention there. There's no creativity there, and also Rashford just runs into people without thinking, just looking down, never looked up. You know, I don't know what's going on with Rashford. I don't know whether he has lost a yard of pace or whether he's dead or he has prime. He is past his prime. I don't know. Or he has burned out. I don't know. So it's
Okay.
very very sad because I've been seeing a lot of their compilation. His compilation actually. Rashford was quite good,
Yeah.
before this. I mean, I just don't know what's going on.
Rashford. Okay. For me, the thing is like in all the United players. Okay, it depends on how you view football. I mean, I think for me, you and myself, I think we are quite similar. Like in terms of
Mm,
how we how we view football and what we like, right? We
mm,
like the
mm,
technical players, the one who can actually hold the ball, hold up the ball. Let's say we like Martial, correct, right? We love
mm.
Martial,
Yeah.
and we love players that can actually control the ball and protect
Mm,
the ball,
mm,
and who can actually play the ball and play the ball well, right? Throughout the game, throughout the whole 90 minutes. I think for Rashford, right? The thing about the problem with Rashford is, right, he's not that player. He's not that player who can actually keep the ball. You know the amount of times when you watch the last game, you know the amount of times he misplaced his decision. His When he received the ball, his next decision, right, the movement of his body, where should he turn, what should he do with the ball, every single time he does it, right, it was a 50-50. It was a 50-50. It's like it's either he could take it or the defender is going to block him, and most of the
mm.
time the defender
The
gets
guy
the better of
blocks
him,
him.
right?
Mm,
and
mm,
and and this is why, as a United fan, right, we love what he does because of his pace, but to actually say that he's a good footballer, right, I do not know, man. Like I'm not sure. Like when you compare him with the elites, right, I do not know where to place him, because like, can he actually protect the ball? Can he actually muscle through a bit? Can he actually hold up the ball a bit? Can he
mm,
actually have some time, like space out a bit, and
mm,
and waste a bit of time,
mm,
and see where he has some options where he can do some short passing a bit, and get the
mm,
ball back into the final third. Like,
mm,
I don't see that anymore. He used to do that with Martial, but because Martial does a lot of work with the link up, right?
mm,
Martial
mm,
actually creates the space, creates the option, and
mm,
creates that triangle, creates that third
mm,
person
mm,
option.
mm.
And I don't see that in Rashford. So I get very, very frustrated with Rashford, because like Rashford is actually the sort of like the role model for the next generation of the
Yeah.
Manchester United academy.
Mm,
He was the shining light. He was the light at the end of the tunnel. He's trying to tell the world that he is that guy that you can actually rely on. Because the days
mm,
where we had the Beckham, all the the Nevilles, all the gigs, schools are all gone, right?
mm,
Now we have these guys, okay, the Rashford, the Greenwood, and all that. And Rashford was the only one who is actually consistent. He tries to be consistent, but when you look at him today, right, he's the same Rashford. He's only doing the same thing. He gets the ball, he runs all
no.
the way up, and he tries to actually score. And
Okay.
we are
He
wondering what has
mm,
happened. What
mm.
has happened to Rashford?
he
Like,
uh, like last year, he was bad last year. If you remember, I remember the his worst game was in the final of Europa League. He was really bad. I mean, last year he was bad. It's okay. People say, oh, because of his injuries, he has a niggling injuries, and Ole still keeps playing him. Blah 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 blah. So now he has had his surgeries. Okay, he is
yeah,
fit. He's fit, but he's still, and then he is actually performing worse than that level. In my eyes,
Yeah,
he is performing even worse. Like you said just now, he doesn't have the hold up play and all that thing. Okay, and then whether he is actually a good footballer, to me, no. One thing for a footballer to be a good footballer, number one, I think is actually in your brain. In your brain, uh, it has to be in you. Like you have to maybe a psychologist may help you with that. I don't know, but
yeah,
it's yeah, it's first like I said lah, it's the brain, and then the brain helps you run your tools. So, so Rashford, in my eyes, is not a good footballer.
mm,
Martial is a good footballer because he has close
mm,
control. He can. His first, the first thing I always look at a player, what is his first touch like?
absolutely, man.
That is, and then can he turn? The half turns and all that.
Yeah,
So, Rashford, he has his attributes. Like you say, he can shoot, he has speed, he has the body to
yeah,
do it. All those things. But he needs to learn to slow it down sometimes. Not every time you have to go direct. If there's three
yeah,
people in front of you, do not go. Wait
mm,
first. Wait and then play it back. And then United now with this Bruno, Ronaldo, and Rashford. All these three
yeah,
players are actually a risk, uh, not a risk taker. It's like a how you can say it's a okay. All these three players has no ball retention. All
oh
these three
man, tell
players
me
have
about it.
all these three players has no creativity.
Yeah,
Ronaldo cannot pass, man. What's the problem? Okay. So all this way cannot pass, no ball retention, cannot hold up
mm,
ball, no creativity. So what do
mm,
you expect? How can we score? How can we be dominant in the third half lah? So like for me, I'm looking at it like Bruno and Rashford. Sooner or later, they will actually be phased out lah. Be phased out in the first team. Like they will no longer be in the first team. Someone will take over them, and then
yeah,
slowly they will be on the bench, and maybe they have to pick up on their performance, and maybe the training, like you said just now, the drill may help them in terms of performing better, and then making decisions better for the team, etc, etc lah. But now what I'm seeing is that sooner or later they will be dropped. They will be dropped because everybody can see. Like last time when Ole's
mm,
time, everybody can see, but Ole doesn't do anything. Now I
yeah.
trust
Yes, his
Raf.
favorites.
Now I trust Raf to do something about it lah. If Raf doesn't do it, then I have a problem with him. You know.
No, see, here's the thing.
Mm,
Like, I think Ralph, he is so experienced with players development, right?
mm,
he has an
mm,
eye for talent ID. Like when he sees a player, he knows that the play is good, right? So I trust Ralph, but I also know that you cannot make a change like immediately, like because they are human beings, so you have to have a phase, like phase one, phase two, phase three of change. Phase four is
change.
when they
You,
will,
you mean
yeah.
you mean you mean what kind of change?
Okay, so when the first kind of change is, I would say, is the way they play, like where
Okay,
their
okay, yeah.
formations, right? Their
Mm.
formations, the positioning, and all that. But in terms of like technical abilities, like to be able to do the half turns and find an option, those kind of thing, like you say, you need that brain, you need that mind to do that on the pitch. You could do that during training, but to do it on the live match, right? When you are under pressure, that is something else, right? I'm sure you agree
Betul,
with me, right? To do it
betul,
under
betul.
pressure
Mm.
when you're panic, because what I see with the United players is they always revert back to their old ways of playing whenever they're under
Of,
pressure.
of course, of course.
They
They've been
always
drilled
revert
like
back.
that they've been drilled like that for the past 3 years. You cannot change the past 3 years that you've been doing
Exactly,
for like in a week or in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months. You cannot do it. Remember,
exactly.
Klopp, Klopp did change everything in about what 1 to 2 years.
Yeah,
So that's why I'm saying I'm a bit I'm a bit sad with the current state of the United supporters. Like, I don't know whether they are kids or what. I think they're kids. Like. not like a sensible type of people to think
Yeah.
properly, and it's easy to do together everything, all information, and then make your assumption lah. So
Yeah.
uh, you cannot simply say that oh, after 2 3 months everything will change. No, you know, the fixtures are piling up now. It's postponing everything. When postpones, you know that picture are going to pile up in the future. When picture
Yep.
piles up, you don't have any time to train, you don't have the time to drill it into your players. You can see some changes in the team. Maybe you can see, oh, from 3 games, 2 games they're going to be performing like what Ralph wants. Maybe one game they're going to be performing like what Ole did last time. So it's going to take some time for
Mm.
the transition to happen and to be consistently maybe 95% of the
Yeah.
time. You know, so it's like the Ole sexuals used to say lah, back your manager lah. So now I'm saying back Ralph lah, back your manager. Let him do his work.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Give him time. Give him time. Give him. Don't judge. Don't judge him by these 2 games. Don't judge him by the performance of Norwich. Don't judge him that, because that is not actually what he wants from the team. He doesn't. I don't think he sets it
Yeah.
up like that. You know, I don't think he sets it up like that. So let's see. And then the problem with the problem with the 3 front players lah. I mean, once he changes that, and then let's say he put in Martial, let's say he put in Pogba and Greenwood,
Mm.
and then once he get these 3 guys to be drilled properly, then I think it will be better, like better, because with Pogba, you know, there's ball retention and there's creativity like hell. If you have Pogba and Sancho there, the creativity will be off the chart lah, I think. And then you have Greenwood who
Yeah.
is quite little, and little in terms of his shooting, and then he's not like Rashford who simply runs and and lose the ball. You know, Mason actually, when he holds up the ball, he he look up, he look for options. He not just bang and shoot lah. You know, so yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, man. Like because like why okay, I have a question. Okay. I have a question
Mm.
for you. Like how much do you rate Bruno Fernandes?
Uh,
This okay, I'll
okay,
share my views later, but yeah, you go on.
okay,
How
okay.
much do you rate Bruno Fernandes?
When he first came in, I've never watched a Sporting Lisbon game. So when he
Okay.
first came in, what I watched was just his compilation in YouTube lah. So on YouTube, so uh, yeah, he's scoring goals, scoring long range goals, free kicks, etc. And then has assists in his game. So quite aesthetic at the time. But
Yeah.
when I see him play, like I said, like when I see him play, he always does this hero ball, which very anniversary at the time. He always does that. He always try to do the hard pass. I
Yeah.
understand you have to do it sometimes. But I mean, Pogba does that also. Pogba also does that, the hero ball, but he doesn't do it all the time. So
Yeah.
to me, I don't rate him, man. I mean, he's been declining
Yeah.
since because okay, uh, Rans did say, okay, shout out to Rans. Huh? Rans did
Yeah.
say that he said once Ronaldo is here, Ronaldo is going to take all of his goals and his assists lah, basically. So that's what we are seeing now lah, basically. So it's actually true lah. So because once his goals and assists is nowhere to be seen, then you see what a type of footballer he is actually. You can see, you
Mm-mm-mm.
can see. So yeah, I don't rate him after how many years already? 2 years already. This is his third year, right?
Yeah. Should be
His
his
third
third
year.
year. Yeah. Should
Mm.
be his third year.
I don't, I've seen someone. I think whether it's on Twitter or whether it's on some stream. I think
Okay.
a Portuguese fan said that he's been playing like this since Sporting Lisbon days. This is how he
Yeah.
plays.
Yeah.
This is how he plays. That's how he is as a bowler. So to me, can you improve on that? Because he's already 28, 29, right? So I don't think you can improve that for someone who has been doing this for his whole career, and then
Yeah,
suddenly you want to change his ways, you want to change his. I don't think you can do that. So that's why for me, if that's the case, and I don't think he suits what Raf wants, so he cannot
yeah,
be in the first team unless Raf can do some miracles and change his ways. I don't think so lah. So to me, I don't rate him one. I don't rate him. I don't rate him at the number 10 because number tens are your Bernardo Silva and your
absolutely,
and,
man.
and your
Yeah,
and your David Silva, your Ozil. That's your number 10 actually. So I would like to see him at the pivot with Fred lah. That's what I would like to see. Maybe he's more suited there. Like he will take out his goal and assist as well, but
yeah,
but yeah, because he is tenacious. So he is tenacious. He goes after every ball, and then he's quite you can say he's quite loud, with his teammates. So I think he can
yeah.
play there. Like just that. Okay, I don't think in that area, in that McTominay spot, I don't think he can do he can do so much of a hero ball lah. you know his license is going to be take away lah. So maybe if you play him there, he will play the simple passes lah. He will play the simple passes, just open up, spray it left to right or in front, not the hero ball anymore. That's why I think I would like to see him there lah. I would like to see him in that role lah. Maybe that's the future for him lah in this system, maybe because number 10 is not it lah. It's not it.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like why I asked this question to you is because like if you are from the 90s, right? Shout out to all 90s kids who've been watching
Hey,
football since from the 90s.
90s. Yeah.
90s, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like shout out to all of you who've been watching football, and football is like if you're into total football like what Fami was saying is it's not really about like pace and power. It's not really about the risk, just the risk that you take. It's not just pace, how fast you can run, how powerful your shot is, yeah, or your shots are. It's really about like it's really about how much you can actually give a lot of control to the ball, your touch, everything, total football. Like your how you receive the ball, how you distribute the ball, what do you do under pressure, what do you do under intensity. And I really feel like our team is so like imbalanced because of that. I feel like
Betul.
we don't have
Correct,
players
correct,
who can do that. It's so
correct. We
imbalanced.
are
and
we are
and,
so
and the
imbalanced, yeah.
problem and the problem with that is, right, because the ball always at most times goes to Bruno. And because he's such an imbalanced player, I'm not saying he's a bad player, I'm not saying he's a bad player,
No, no, no.
but he's
I'm not
so
saying he's a bad player
imbalanced.
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same,
yeah.
same side with me. I'm not saying as well. I'm not saying, like, we are not saying he's a bad player, right? We are not saying that he's actually finished, or he's really poor or what. We are just saying like he's so imbalanced, like he's super imbalanced, like in a way where the only thing that he does is when he gets the ball, he quickly turns and he does this pass, and he'll recklessly give a long pass that sometimes it goes out of shape, like it goes
Not
somewhere where
sometimes. It's all the time, bro.
90% 90% of his games,
Frustrating.
right? and
Frustrating like hell.
And I'm like, dude, like I know you're taking risks. Okay, we need that. Okay, as a United gameplay, if you're doing attacking gameplay, you need to quickly make that pass. But bro, like nobody is there. Nobody is actually at the
Exactly.
front. Nobody,
Exactly.
everyone.
Relax
Sancho
lah.
is like,
Relax.
yo, Sancho is like, hey, bro,
Relax
do
lah.
some short pass, do some link up with me, man. I'm waiting for
Mm,
you.
mm,
But he's
mm,
giving a pass in the
mm,
front because
mm,
he's so that's why Ole loved him. You know why it don't make sense now. You know what,
mm, mm,
Fami? Um,
mm,
it don't make sense. You know why? Because Ole rates Rashford, right? He that's his son, Rashi. Okay, let's call it Rashi. Okay, he
mm,
loves Rashi. Whenever Rashi runs, Bruno does this long pass, like this ground pass or this long air pass where because of his pace, Rashford
mm,
gets the ball and maybe Rashford will shoot. Okay, and Ronaldo
mm,
gets the ball and all that, whatever, right? But Bruno is such an imbalanced or unbalanced player, where we if you want to be a number 10, even like you say, Fami, if he even drops deeper, right? Like number 8, let's say he plays the central midfielder, right? Number 8.
Hmm.
Even in the
Hmm.
number 8 area, you need vision. You need vision. Like you need to hold up, you need to control, you need to compose the ball, and you need to pegang skate the
You
ball
need to
because
you need to know how to pass from you need actually you need to have the vision to pass from the first pressing line to the third punya line lah. You have to go
yeah,
passing between the line. So I because passing between the line is not, it's not your diagonals, it's not your very intricate pass, you know. It's actually, it's not to say simple, but I think he can perform that role. I think he can perform with the with the education that he's going to get under Raf. Then I think
yeah,
he can actually do it, because to me it's not that I cannot. I mean, sorry, I I can see him in the team lah. I can see him in the team, but
I
not
do.
as a
Yeah,
first team, not at the first team, and not as number 10. Maybe as a partner with Ronaldo, or or a midfield center with Fred. That's what I see lah. As a number 10 cannot be lah, cannot lah.
absolutely. Like,
Mm.
but the funny thing is, Fami, right? I feel like he's doing a role that is so limited. Don't you agree with me? Like whatever he's doing is so limited, where he's only doing that. Like when he gets the ball, he will just put it up. He gets the ball, put it up. He doesn't create in a way where it's easy for people to play with him.
Betul,
Does that make
betul.
sense?
He
It's
doesn't
not
create
easy
all
to
the
play with him.
triangles. He doesn't create all the triangles. He's always at the wrong positions for a pass. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really hard. Like for instance, right? Like I'm okay, I'm not an elite football player or what lah, but we all played football at some time.
Mm,
When I played with some like semi-pro players, when they tell me, right,
mm,
what advice they tell me, you must always make it easy for your teammates. Make it
mm,
easy for them so that
mm.
your teammates will feel good when they play with you. Don't make it hard for them. But whenever I see Bruno plays, right, he really makes it hard for some of his players to like to run into the space and gets the ball. So I'm really confused. Like, why is Bruno playing like that? Like, and why can he do the simple ones, the simple basic pass, and you have to do all the hero balls all the time? Why is it so complicated? What happened to your mental? Like everything is
No, it's,
complicated.
yeah, he's trying to do hero balls, and I don't remember any hero balls that he did that I cannot even remember last one, like outstanding hero ball that he did that made a goal or anything. I cannot remember. So why you it's like he's trying too hard lah. He's trying too hard to be the number 10. He's trying too hard to be the creative guy, and he's also trying too hard to be the presser. He wants
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
this,
yeah.
he wants to do that, he wants to control the game. No, 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 no. You do one job, and you do one job
Well,
perfectly well, you know. So
yeah.
when you don't have the option, do not pass. Just lay it back, pass it to your teammate. So maybe under Raf, Raf always likes someone who is to be very very direct. His plays to be very very direct. So that's why maybe he felt under pressure to do that as well. Maybe he felt under pressure to do that all the time. If he feels that, then I think he is stupid in the brain. So you need to have time, control.
Hmm.
You need to have options first. If you don't have options, if you pass the one Hollywood ball, but there's three defenders over there, what for? And then there's no
Yeah,
some and there's nobody to back your, if the the receiver receives the ball and then there's nobody close by to help him out, then what for? You
even
better wait. Hmm.
yeah, even like like what you said earlier. Actually, those are actually basics. Like when you pass to someone, right? Why would you pass to someone when he's under pressure?
Yeah, yeah. He always does that. You understand?
Oh
Can you
my
see that?
gosh, bro, he does that all
Selalu
the
bro.
time.
Selalu,
Oh
yes.
my
Actually,
word,
every
bro.
time. Kenapa dia nak? Why? I mean, I don't
Like,
get it
why do
lah. I
you
mean,
pass? Sometime, right? He actually passes to. okay. This is the person he always passes to, right? He always tried to pass to Ronaldo, but Ronaldo is under pressure all the time. Obviously, he's a striker.
mm,
They will
mm,
pressure
mm,
him all throughout
mm,
90 minutes, right? He
mm,
tries to
mm,
pass to Sancho. He tries to pass to some of these guys at the top, right? Rashford and all
mm.
that. But if you watch the last game, these guys are getting pressured all the time. But he passes the ball to them all the time, like yo, like you don't need to pass to them. Why do you have to pass the ball to them when they are under pressure? Like, the man on term, right? They'll say it when we
Yeah,
play
yeah,
on the
man
pitch,
on,
like
man
man
on.
on, man on.
Mm,
That
mm.
is the reason why they say, because when they say man on, hey, can you check
Someone
or
is
not?
behind
Like,
you.
yeah,
Mm.
someone is behind me. You can make a decision whether to pass to me or you don't have to pass to me.
Yes,
Okay, and you
but
can
instead he
find
passed.
another option. Yeah, you can find
Mm,
another
mm.
option lah, or create another option to get the ball back to the front. So when he passed back to Fred is like, yo, why you passing back the ball to me? Okay, I pass to McTominay. Then McTominay will start his thing, right? He'll take the ball and then he
Yeah,
pass sideways because he
yeah, pass
uses
sideways, and
McTominay
then
is yeah.
he
He pass
passes
sideways and
sideways,
then yeah,
and then he sits
go ahead.
behind the defender. He sits behind the opposition so that nobody can pass to him. Like
Yeah,
he al-
McTominay, Mac.
he always
I'm
does
telling
that.
you, yeah, 100%. Like he always, like what McTominay does is okay. McTominay is the opposite of Bruno.
Mm,
McTominay
mm,
plays the
mm.
safest game.
Betul.
He plays
He
so
doesn't want the
safe
ball.
football. Like,
It looks like he doesn't want the ball. That's why
yeah, bro,
that's why I
he's
always
scared
say
of the
that.
game.
Yeah, actually, that's why I say he always. It looks like when we play, he's not actually there. You cannot even see him. He hides. That's what I see every time, except for the Norwich game lah. The Norwich game he seems
Yeah,
better lah. But actually better pun actually it's not that better. Better in a sense that better than his previous performance. But actually the basics that he's been doing. He's been doing the
yeah,
basics. We are so our standards are so low
so
that
low.
our standards are so low that we celebrate people doing the basics. You see or not? That's great.
Oh my gosh,
That's great.
you should tweet that,
Hmm.
man. For me, you should
That
tweet
that
that tonight.
okay, later I'll do. So it's just crazy, yeah. It's just crazy. I mean, what has what has Ole done, man? I mean, what has Ole
It's
done to these
really
people? What has
yeah,
Ole done
that's
to these
why a
people?
lot of people
Crazy.
say like you're right, like when people say like Ole has, I mean, I don't want to speak about Ole honestly lah, because the past is past, but I must say that when people are celebrating the whole thing about like we should we should thank Ole for all the good things he has done. I'm like, yo, do you know the
What?
state
What?
of the state of the players
Ah,
now? How are they
yeah.
playing?
What good things has he done? What I'm trying to figure any positive from his tenure. Okay, maybe Champions League every year. Okay, that's what I can one thing that I can think of. But in terms of the play, in terms of the players' development, in terms of the technical side of football, there's nothing, bro. Nothing. Tak ada
Oh
apa yang
man.
improve. Can you see anyone improves under him? I mean, do you see anybody who improves under Ole or not?
I'm so sadly right. No one
Tak
has
ada kan,
improved under
bro.
him. No one.
Nobody. They
Okay.
get they are getting even worse. Like
No,
Maguire, I remember
you
when
know
he
what's
first
funny?
came. Yeah.
Okay, go. Yeah, yeah.
Continue.
Go ahead. Yeah. No, tak apa, tak apa. You share in his
Okay.
first game.
Okay. Maguire, when he first came, I
Mm,
saw his solidity. I thought, okay, this is quite a great signing juga lah kan. I mean,
mm,
he's solid, he's big, he has presence in the defense. So, but after he took the armband, his performance went down.
mm,
AWB was his signing as well.
mm.
Performance went down. Bruno went down.
Yeah.
Siapa lagi? And then most of them went down, and I don't see anybody who actually improves their game. Like, okay, people say, oh, because but Rashford scores a lot, assists a lot. Martial scores also assists. Greenwood also scores and assists. But do you actually see anything that is different from these people in terms of their technical ability? I don't think so. I don't see any difference. I'm seeing the same ability that they have before lah. Meaning to say, tak ada pun benda yang I can see that's improving from what they have. You know, I cannot
Nothing.
see
You know,
anything. No, yeah,
the
nothing.
there's some obsessed Ole fans yang obsessed lah. Like they must defend Ole last time, right? Is they are saying Greenwood as improve. I'm like, bro,
No,
these are the people who don't know, they don't know that Greenwood has been playing like this for all his
actually, yeah,
academy
he's been,
years. In
yeah,
fact,
he is playing. Continue, yeah.
do you know that Greenwood, right? Actually he was better in the academy. I mean, you can argue and say that now he's in the intensity of the Premier League and all that. But
Intense, eh.
yeah, intensity of the
Mm, mm.
Premier League and all that, right? But bro, Greenwood is Greenwood, man. Like you cannot compare Greenwood with any of the other young players in one. I would say in the world. I would say that his shots are like ability is far more. It's just realms above, right? And has
Who?
he Greenwood?
Okay, okay, all right.
Yeah, Greenwood. Yeah, and
Mm.
and Greenwood, has he improved in terms of his total football with
No,
Ole, like
no,
vision, okay, like patience, okay,
no,
the want to link up, bro.
no.
Greenwood, okay, I understand the selfish part because he's a striker, right, and he want to
He
score
is
goals,
like
but
that.
bro,
No, he is like that.
he is like that, and I understand the whole
Mm.
thing, I own this whole narrative,
Mm.
but you don't have to be like that 100% whole 90 minutes, okay. I know some people
Yep.
will not agree with me on that, but I don't think you have to be like that all the time. You have to play smart. Like sometimes your assist is way more valuable than the goal,
Correct.
right? The
Mm.
assist
Put it
that
like
you
that
made,
kind of thing. Mm.
correct? The assist that you make is far more precious than the goal. Like sometimes when some of these goals they score, when Haaland or whatever when they score, right?
Mm.
They actually don't go and celebrate because of their goal. They celebrate and then they
No.
point at Sancho when he was in
Yeah, yeah,
Dortmund, right?
yeah,
Haaland score,
yeah,
right? That
yeah,
every time he score, he
yeah,
point at Sancho. You know why?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
he's trying to tell the fans that that assist is way
Yeah,
more
yeah,
precious
yeah, yeah.
than the
It's
goal.
because of him. It's because of
Yeah,
him I scored. Something like that, lah. Uh,
yeah. So this kind of mentality, right? Who will drill to them? Who will drill to our Manchester United players? Like,
that's why I think. That's why like the like Rance and all, like Rance and the Mandem was always saying that it's always go out and express yourself. You know, just do what you normally do. So there's no style. There's no, there's no, there's no thought. There's no thought process. There's no thought in terms of how they should play. They just go and bamboozle everything. So yeah, it's not the way to go. I tak nampak. I cannot see anybody who actually improves under under Ole. I hope now with Ragnik, then
mm,
there's a development you can see, like for instance,
mm, yeah,
Vinicius Junior Real Madrid. Vinicius Junior is a young boy.
yeah,
When he first came, to Real Madrid, he had trouble. So we thought that he is just another, another wonder kid who is actually
yeah,
not that good. But when he
mm,
has someone who is really, really a, a pro, a proper coach like Ancelotti, you see him now. You see him now. He is
mm,
actually, to me, currently right now, because I followed quite a bit on Real Madrid's punya game lah. Not that I'm a fan of them. I just want to see how they're doing now lah. So
yeah,
I always have a look at their highlights and all. Vinicius Junior, to me lah, he is actually currently right now in the top three in European football for wingers lah. He is so good
wow.
now, bro. He is so good now, bro.
You know,
Terror, bro. Terror. So the talent is there. You need to mold it. Like Greenwood, Greenwood, the talent there is outstanding, bro. So you just have to
Absolutely.
mold him properly to do the to do basically decisions is the most important thing. The first thing that you do, you have to make the correct decision. So
The
when to
right
pass,
decisions.
whether to dribble, whether to whether to invite your teammates to go with you or whatnot. That's the most important thing to me
and
in
and
football.
and and what I'm saying is like sometimes it's also about timing, right? They I feel like United
Mm,
players,
mm,
right? They don't have a sense of timing, like when to attack, when to actually, hey guys, let's now do an overload. That means let's drag all the defenders, let's
mm,
now let's now conquer. Let's now dominate the midfield. Okay,
mm,
let's
mm,
now let's now take a shot. Not necessarily in the box. You can do it outside the box also, right?
mm, mm,
Let's now do let's play some tricks with the opposition players so that they will get tired. Those kind of things. Like I could see all that in a City game. City, right? They play all that throughout the whole 90 minutes. So it's so tiring to
mm,
play against City. That's why City always hold the ball because the defenders can't keep up with them, or
mm,
the players can't keep up with them, right? I'm not saying that we should play like City, but United players, right? They don't so one dimensional, so limited when they play. When
mm,
you actually break their gameplay, you break United's gameplay, right? United has no
mm,
response. Like tak ada jawapan. Like they don't have any
mm,
answer after that, right?
mm, mm,
They
mm,
keep doing the same thing the whole 90 minutes,
mm,
where they don't
mm.
have anything different.
Correct,
You
correct.
get
Dia
you
macam
get what
tak
I
ada
mean?
plan.
So
They don't have any plan B lah,
you
basically.
don't have any plan B. Like Greenwood, like talking about Greenwood, right? Greenwood will keep doing the same thing. Like he keep doing this left, right, and then he try to do a
Mm,
shot.
mm,
There is no
mm, mm,
there is no other dimensions to the game where he will actually do contribute. And I'm not saying that the pressure is on him, but I feel like you said, like Vinicius Junior, right? If it's the coaching, then the coaching has to come right now for Greenwood, because I think this is it. This is it. Like Greenwood has to receive the right things right
mm,
now
mm, mm,
so that
mm,
he will go to the next level.
mm,
Vinicius
mm,
Junior, right? Actually, I don't
mm.
rate him. You know why?
Okay.
Because like you
Mm.
say, uh, I watched him when he came. Even I watched him in Brazil, right? Do you know that he's not in the first team in
Yeah,
Brazil?
I know. I know.
Yeah,
Mm,
he's not in the first team. But I
I
think
know.
after this, he may be in the first team, right?
No,
Uh, uh
he's currently so good there, bro. With
yeah.
his link up with Benzema now, etc.
Ooh. I
Oi,
watched I watched
Chaya,
a few,
bro.
like
Mm,
he did play the one of the games in the World Cup qualifier, I think, as a first
mm,
team for Brazil. But before that, all the matches he didn't play. Vinicius very rarely he plays for first team, and I don't
mm,
rate him because for a Brazilian, right, he takes too long to actually to make a correct decision.
mm.
Like he has a lot of attempts. He's a bit like Sterling. Like
Okay.
yeah, yeah, he's a bit, he's rapid also, he's a bit skillful and all that, right? Like he makes a lot of attempts, like the first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, right? Then maybe on the
Mm,
fourth attempt he's able to get through the defense.
mm,
So he's a bit similar to Rashford also, but he's definitely more tacky lah. Like recent
mm,
Vinicius is a bit more tacky. So when I saw him like that, like wow, for a Brazilian you are taking too long to break through the defense, man. Like so
mm,
I didn't rate him, but right
mm,
now, like what you say, I did check out some of his progression, his
mm,
games. I could see that maybe right now, like what like Ancelotti has given him a new dimension of the game where you
mm,
don't have to do the same thing. You can also
mm,
play like this way, right?
mm.
And you can be better at it, and you
No,
can you
if
can you can
no, if you cannot run past a defender, you've tried it twice, then maybe play a 1-2 with your teammates. You can do all that and then maybe stop first. And then maybe don't go and run at your opponent all the time, because when you do that all the time, the opponents know already what you're going to do.
yeah,
So better just stay calm for a while and then catch them when they are sleeping, things like that. These people
that's
like
right.
Rashford, like Bruno,
Oh
defenders like they. If I'm a defender, I played left back, and sometimes I played center back as well. So as a defender, you want people to actually put the ball into the box when there's nobody there basically to get on the end of it. Basically, you understand what I mean or not?
Yeah,
If
yeah,
there's
yeah,
like
absolutely.
so we like that. Actually, we just get the ball and then we clear the ball. You can just throw the ball at us, no problem. Like what Bruno is doing lah. Like what
Yeah,
Rashford is also doing. Always run at defenders at 2-3 people. So bola hilang. So this is the thing. Like that's why I'm comparing Vinicius Junior, because Vinicius Junior before this he was not that good. Now under Ancelotti he's even better. So he is going to get even better. So when he
he
has
will.
this confidence back, apa semua kan, when he has his confidence and Ancelotti gives him the education. So that's why I'm I think what Ragnick will do lah with this with this
He
with
will
this
do. He
with
will
the
do.
squad. Yeah, with the squad.
And I have a like, okay, Rangnick, right? He's not the kind of player where he will just simply get a player and he'll just say, okay, you are crap, I'll make you good. He's not. He will only train the ones that he feels has a potential. You get what I mean or not? Like
I
all the
would think
players
so.
that
Yeah.
he did, like the kind of players that he actually brought in his Red Bull network are
Mm,
all top players right now. That means, right,
mm,
he will only develop you when he sees there's a future in you. If
mm,
that makes sense. Like when he looks
mm,
at McTominay, does he see a future? Yeah, I see a future in you, lah, bro. You know? And then if he doesn't see a future in McTominay, like what you say,
mm,
he will phase him out. He'll phase him
mm,
out, right? He will get another midfielder to come and replace him. But for now,
mm,
he will play him. He will play McTominay. And then
mm.
when the time comes, because he doesn't see a future at McTominay, right? He
Hey,
will actually
bro.
get another player.
Bro. Give me 2 minutes. My kids is calling me lah. Give me two
No
minutes lah.
problem. No
Is that okay?
problem.
Okay.
No
Hold
problem.
on ah.
Go
Hold
ahead.
on
Go
ah.
ahead. Yeah.
Sorry guys. Sorry guys. Hold on.
No problem. So yeah, guys, like I mean, like when Ralph comes to the team, all right, what will he do to the team is going to be immense because some of these players they're going to be phased out. For now, they'll be playing for Ralph, but we're going to see a different set of players coming in because Ralph has this track record of like seeing potential, but he will only develop you when he sees a long term in you. Like he sees that okay, you are a good one, and you have a future, and I can develop you. And if you could see all his players that he has brought in the Red Bulls network has always been about long term, and they are all top players right now. So I can imagine that happening in United. Let's go through some comments, guys. Let's go to the earlier ones. I would like to Amar said I would like to see if Ralph can give Charlie McNeil a chance to play with the senior team, young prospect like Rashi and Mason. Um, I've not seen much of Charlie. Obviously, I've seen his name, but I've not seen much of Charlie McNeil. Honestly, maybe I should go and watch some of his comps or the under 23 games. But I believe like what I said, Ralph has an eye has the eye test for young players, right? So we it's gonna get interesting, man. It's gonna get interesting. Um, what can I see here? Ralph was really the same like Van Hal, but sadly the board didn't give Van Hal chances to make his development. I hope the board will not be doing the same. Oh yeah, man, that's a good point. That's a good point for Amar. That
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's a good point.
The thing about Ralph is the happiest thing that I would want to say is Ralph is going to be here not just as a manager, okay? He's going to be here after 6 months as well as a technical consultant, okay?
Mm,
So
mm,
basically, he is like a shadow sporting director. We do not have a sporting director. There's no sporting director role in Manchester United, okay? but he will be given the function of the role. Okay, the function of the
Mm.
role is basically, as sporting director, you need to actually come up with a vision of the football for the club.
Mm.
Number two is you need to actually monitor the scouts and who will be coming in. Okay, who will be coming in to play, young player, long term player, medium term player. You need to monitor all that, the ins and out, and then you need to also scout for managers, right? So I would say that if truly Ralph is going to be that technical consultant, then it's actually positive news for us. Okay, that's what's been announced on paper. On the club's website, they say that Ralph is going to be a technical consultant. He'll be a consultant for 2 years, but I do not know what is the job description lah, in terms of
I think
United's point of view.
I think is that lah. I think is that to oversee the football operation lah. So yeah, I agree with Aman also. Okay, I mean, to me, both of them are coaches. Both of them are actually a PE teacher lah. PE teacher, football PE teacher, as you can say. So
Yeah.
they know football inside out. Their
Yes.
methodology philosophies is different, but
Different.
they
Yeah.
know what they want. They know how to do it. They know how to get things out of people lah. They know
Hmm.
how to develop. So okay, and then the board made a mistake by not continuing with Vanguard. So to me, I hope they do. Yeah, I hope they do not do it this time with RR as well. So because we have all the resources, we have the money,
Yeah.
we have everything, we have the fans, we have the scouting network, everything. It's just that everything has to be aligned into one mission or one vision. Okay, what we want as a
Hmm.
team, this is what we want. How how we want to play. So everybody has to work to that main vision and mission lah. So I hope that the cup has turned this thing around lah. And I would like to shout this guy lah, Murto lah. Murto, I think is doing
Yeah.
quite an excellent
Murta.
job
Yeah.
also
Murta.
lah.
John Murta. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope the club listens to him in terms of the football direction, because I don't think he is actually a football expert as well. I mean, but I think he made the right call in actually pursuing Raf, and also
Yep.
recommending Raf to the board, and then maybe he presented really, really well to the board, and then the board actually accept that, okay, we're going to take Raf now. So I hope Murtaugh gives Raf everything that he needs. The club gives Raf everything that he needs to do the job. He cannot.
Yeah.
Okay, the job will take time. The job will take a few, maybe 1 year. Maybe one
Hmm.
year. Like Klopp, he needs 2 years, because I think because the quality of the Liverpool players at the time wasn't there. Now United,
Yeah.
we have the quality. We can see that we have the quality, especially in our attack. We have the quality already. It just need to be molded. So maybe it will take much shorter time lah. Like dulu macam during Klopp's time, he has to buy from midfield, he has to buy the defenders, he has to get the left back, right back, he has to get the attackers, he has to get the
Yep.
keepers. Like now, what Raf needs to do is actually to get the correct midfield players lah in the
Yeah.
middle. That's what I think lah.
Yep.
Because I think he can use already David De Gea. The defenders, he can use Varane and Lindelof. Right back, okay, maybe right back he needs to get another guy in, or maybe promote someone from the youth. AWB can just go wherever he wants to go. I don't care anymore. And then for the left back role, I think Shaw and Teles can be the duo lah, to be, we call it, to come in and then play. And then the midfield is actually our area. In attack, do you think we have problems in attack? I don't think so. We have bunch of players there already, and even
I
even our even our youth also. You know that Hannibal is doing very, very well, bro, in the
attacking
Arab Cup.
midfielder. He's an attacking
In the
midfielder, man.
in the Arab Cup, he is doing very, very well, bro.
Do you know that he's the best player in Arab Cup?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's currently the man of the match for how many games already? They actually won the semi-final. I don't know where the final is. If If
Yeah,
someone
I
can
need to go
have,
and follow that. I need to go and follow that tournament, man. I
bro,
really
bro,
want to see him
bro,
play.
bro, bro, get the link of the final game. I want to watch it.
Okay,
I think they won the
sure.
semi-final. I think they won the semi-final. So now
We
they're going
should
to play in the final.
we should watch it, man, because I really want
For
to
a young
know.
for a young guy like that, to be the number 10 of your country and to be the man of the match for the last three games, that tell you something, bro. That is actually an
Do
international
you?
tournament, big tournament, you
Yeah.
know. Mm.
Do you know what's interesting? Do you know that Ralph Rangnick scouted him when he was in Leipzig?
Ah, I
He
see.
was actually monitoring his development when he was in Leipzig.
So
So
yeah, so
so
you can
Ralph
see
is
him.
waiting for him
Yeah,
to
actually,
come back.
I,
Yeah,
I really think that he will have a role.
breakthrough,
He
right?
will have a
He'll
role.
break through
He
the
will
first
have a
team.
role. He will have
He
a
will
role
have a
because
breakthrough in the first team.
you
Absolutely,
cannot
bro. Like, yeah.
you cannot be performing with your home nation, get into the semi-final, performing really
Mm,
well as a number
yeah.
10 for your home nation, get man of the
Mm,
match for for three games, and then come back to United and play for the second team. No, you cannot do that. If Ole will do that, because Ole does that to Ahmad as well. Ahmad
yep.
Diallo. Ahmad Diallo, when you buy for 40 million, you cannot put him at under 23. No. His development here,
Mm,
Ole always said, oh, he needs to know about the league, blah, blah, blah. How can he know about the league when you don't play him? Play him, man. Just put him on the bench. You don't need to put him at the starting 11, bro. Put him on the bench, give him
mm,
like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. When you are comfortable already, give him 15, 20 minutes so that he knows about the league and all. And then, you know, to know about the league, you can also study. You can also study, watch videos, and things like that. I mean, and so in terms of training wise, I heard nowadays all clubs their training intensity is even higher than the game punya intensity. That's what I heard. So it should be fine lah. I don't know why Ole does that lah. Because maybe Ole has too many players, and so better not put this kid over here so that I will be
yeah.
more headache. I'll get more headache, and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see how Ahmad. I want to see how Ahmad develops. How this Iqbal Zidane, how this Hannibal. I want to see Hannibal, man.
Absolutely. If
If
you okay,
if Pogba goes away, I want Hannibal to take that place lah. To me lah.
absolutely, man. Because okay, Hannibal is tacker, bro. He's a tacker because he has tech. He really has a tech. He has the tech to really break through the midfield. I'm not sure if you have seen Xavi Simons. You know Xavi Simons from
He
PSG.
has this, bro. He has this, bro. He has this. He has
It's
brain.
in his hair, bro. Have you seen his
Yeah,
hair?
yeah, 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 yeah. He has the
Dude,
brain. His
yeah.
his decisions, his decisions are spot on, bro. He knows when to pass. He knows when to play 1-2. He knows when to do through ball. He knows everything. Yeah. So for
Yep.
such a young kid to be able to do that, that is something like. Mm.
What do you know Xavi? If you know Xavi Simons from PSG, similar trait with
Oh
same hair
yeah,
also. Same
same hair
hair
also.
also.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Same hair
Mm.
with Hannibal. Same bro. Similar
Mm.
trait also with the way they play. Only thing about Hannibal is physical, the physical intensity and the physical um how to say how do you muscle through when you are
Mm,
under
mm,
constant
mm,
pressure, right?
mm,
These kind of players, because they are already small, right? They use a lot of their IQ to
mm,
the way they
mm,
play because they don't want
mm,
they
mm.
avoid getting into traps, like muscle traps, right? Like those defenders who try to squeeze
Bump,
you,
bump.
they try
Mm.
to avoid getting into that. So they'll use their IQ too much. That's why I said they are very smart when they play. So I 100% rate Hannibal, man. So I hope he's coming back soon. And he's playing Tunisia. Tunisia, he plays for Tunisia, right? They're playing against Algeria on the 18th of December
Final.
for the final. Yes, for the final.
It's
So
tomorrow, bro.
oh yeah, it's tomorrow,
Mm.
11 o'clock at night. They are playing against Algeria. So yeah, man. Like I hope you guys, if you are watching this, hope you guys catch our boy, man. Playing against Algeria. Algeria is actually the home country
No,
of Mahrez, but
is
Mahrez
this
is in England. Sorry.
Yeah, is it a youth thing or is it a proper national punya cup?
I don't know. I think I'm not sure about it. I think it's a veteran. It's a proper veteran football. It's just that Mahrez
Why?
and all that they are not part of
Ah,
it lah.
why Mahrez is
Mahrez or
not playing
Salah.
after that lah?
Yeah,
Hmm.
because Salah also is not part of Egypt. Tunisia won
No,
against they won against Egypt, right?
Salah
So
Salah is not part of that cup lah. Salah is actually under Africa kan.
no,
That
Egypt
is
is actually Egypt.
Africa lah.
Egypt is part of if Africa, but also part of the Arab Cup. But I do not know how they actually do a segregation on who plays
Hmm.
when and all that. But I think the focus is on the AFCON lah, African
Hmm.
Continental
Hmm.
Cup,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
also the World Cup that is coming. But Hannibal
Yeah.
is getting all the highlights, man. He's getting all the
Yeah.
headlines right now.
Yeah.
So I'm
No, he
looking
needs.
forward to Hannibal.
I want him to be in the mix. I want him to be actually in the mix
Mm.
as a squad. He needs to be in the squad.
Hannibal is like Omar Rahman. Do you guys know him?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Omar?
I know. But Omar, yeah, Omar. I wanted him to go to the Europe League lah, but he didn't lah because maybe he's already has a lot of money there lah. So what for lah? Go outside.
Mm.
You know?
Mm. Anyway, yeah, I mean like yeah, before we do a wrap up, a few things to talk about is Chelsea, man. Chelsea. I want to talk about Chelsea, I want to know what do you think about Chelsea? Do you think that Chelsea will bottle it? Because it looks like they are conceding a lot of goals and they even drew with Everton. They drew with Everton yesterday.
Yeah, Everton with
Um
a second string team.
yeah, and I'm so
Mm.
confused with Chelsea now. Like what happened to
Mm.
Chelsea? Or what do you think?
Injuries lah, maybe injuries.
Really?
Yeah, I do think it's injuries because the way they play, they really relies on Chilwell on the wings, and then they rely on Kovacic and also Kante
Kovacic,
in the
okay.
middle. Kovacic has been really outstanding, under Tuchel. So Kovacic is a work. He's like our Fred lah. He's
Mm,
everywhere actually. He and Kante. So I think it's the injuries as well lah. And then also lah teams when they have bad runs, it's hard to get out of the run. Your again, it goes to your mental state and whatnot. It needs to be,
mm,
and then couple that with the injuries, memang susah lah sebenarnya. And then fixture pile up some more. Mason Mount has been playing like 4-5 games straight, 90 minutes. He must be tired, bro.
mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, all those things like that. So maybe, yeah, maybe, yeah. Looking at it now, for them to for them to actually go and chase Liverpool and City nampak macam susah sikit lah because Liverpool and City has been very very outstanding lah. Especially
Yeah,
Manchester City. And Manchester
yeah.
City is crazy, man. I don't know lah. Pep. Once
Madness.
Once he is at the top, you know, he wouldn't let it go. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They
He
are,
wouldn't bottle it, man.
he wouldn't bottle it. That's the thing about that. That's what Pep is all about. When he's there, he's not going to bottle it. So it's going to be close between Liverpool and City. And then again, I think both of them will just go and run away with the league. With Chelsea third, maybe coming close. But looking at it, it's going to be a catastrophic punya situation for City and Liverpool for them to actually do a Chelsea lah. Like
Yeah.
injury wise. Okay, Liverpool I can see because Liverpool squad is not that big. So, but City has a big squad, so City can prolong it even further lah. Like Pep really knows how to rotate his players. He is. People always say
He's a
that.
master at it, man.
Yeah, so people always say because when you play fantasy Premier League, you don't know who Pep's gonna pick. you, you cannot know who Pep's gonna pick, but he really knows how to rotate his play because his players
Yeah.
seldom get injuries. Seldom get injuries. Only like
Yep.
KDB. KDB had injuries because of a recurring punya recurring punya injury lah. So like if you have, if you've had a knee injury, then is bound to bound to resurface again lah, if you get what I mean lah.
Yeah,
So but the rest, I think nobody is actually injured, bro.
yeah.
He
I mean,
knows
like,
he knows
yeah.
how to rotate lah, bro.
I want to do a quick shout out to my guy here, Arif. Arif, why you never walk alone? Why NWA? Come on, man. Join the right side of the Reds, the Red Devils. But anyway, shout out to you, bro. Thanks for joining. To those of you who are joining, hit the like button, comment, shoot in your questions right now. Share the link, and help to grow the channel with us. We are new. Our channel is new, and we love football, as you can see. But yeah, I mean, like, share your thoughts and your comments, okay, about Chelsea. We are talking about Chelsea right now, and their competition with Liverpool and City. We just feel like Chelsea and City will, Chelsea and City are just going to take it, are just going to run away with the
Yeah,
race.
yeah. Mm.
But the thing about
Looking at it
Chelsea
now lah.
is, I still I still rate Tuchel in a way that I think Tuchel will not give up. Like, he will try to do something. Currently, like you say, Fami, like they are relying on like Chile, on
Mm,
Chilwell,
mm, mm,
and some of these players like Kante. He cannot play every game because he's also injury prone.
mm,
Some of these players, Kai Havertz, they call him Shy Havertz. Like, he's so
mm.
shy in front of the goalpost.
Mhm.
Some like Lukaku, apparently there is a attitude problem right now.
Is it?
On Yeah, apparently there's another attitude problem. Like, Tuchel didn't want to speak a lot about him. And so there's
What
some
what
drama.
what's the rumor?
Okay, so basically, I think in 2 games ago, when Big Rom was actually, he was brought in the second half, and he
Mm-hmm.
didn't make any impact. So one of the reporters, this when I was watching on Astro,
Mm.
right? One of the reporters were asking, like, "Hey, what do you think about Rom? Tuchel's face just changed," and
Okay,
Tuchel was not
okay.
happy with that question. But it was a
I
valid
see.
question, like, what do you think of Rom? What do you think of Lukaku? And Tuchel
Mm.
said, now is not the time to speak about Lukaku. Wow.
Wow.
Then the reporters like, wow, like, what has happened? So the reporters,
Mm.
apparently, one of the pundits as well, and he was saying, like, that's not the kind of response you get for a player of that quality. Okay,
Mm.
come on, you bought
Mm.
him for 90 million or 90 mil, or some sort of that price range, and
100
you're
million
saying that
euro, bro. Mm.
100, right?
Mm.
Man, like, is this the response that you tell the people, like, now is not the time? Like, when will be the time? Because he is your striker, he is your number 9. There is no number 9, like a typical number 9 in Chelsea besides Lukaku, because Werner is doing nuts, bro. Is nothing. He's not doing nuts. So what can Werner do? Like, sepak angin je, like, it's just funny what's going on in Chelsea, because, like, I think Tuchel is, or Tuchel is, like, he's doing his best, but I think they are not matching to his expectation. Like, Tuchel is like,
Mm.
hey, let's win the title. Let's go for it this season. But they are like, oh, we won the Champions League last season, so we can chill. We are the
I
great one
don't.
now. We are the European leaders now.
Um. I don't
So I
know.
feel they have the bottler mentality right now.
I, I don't think that's. I don't think a bottler mentality lah. Because if you're bottler mentality, you cannot win the Champions League lah, bro. So, it's to me, yeah, you want to win the league, you want to win games, but you need the players as well. The players, your go-to generals, you need it, you need it. So to me, it's always the two. It comes in both. It comes in a pair, the
Okay.
manager and the players as well. So I think it's the players, the players that he wants is not there currently because of injuries to perform like to the standards that they want. Actually, if I watch Chelsea's game, they still have that high intensity. they intense,
They
they
do.
attack, they attack, they attack, they attack. It's the same. It's just that the position that Alonso is taking up is not that what Chilwell is taking up.
That's
Uh,
true.
the job that Ruben Loftus-Cheek's done doing is not like what Kovacic is doing. All those
Okay.
things. So I think, yeah, I think it's not matching up to what Tuchel wants. I mean, intensity
Yeah.
wise, there, but the
Yeah.
technical side tak ada. So I'm thinking about Lukaku. I think Tuchel finally found out that it doesn't work lah, because during this during this great Chelsea run, when they were winning almost every game, remember?
Yeah.
So uh, uh, actually, Lukaku wasn't there.
Hmm.
Lukaku was not playing. Lukaku has missed a lot of games this season. I think about 8 games. I think about two
Yeah.
months, something like that. So during that time when Lukaku wasn't there, Havertz was playing there, or maybe Werner,
Hmm.
and then sometimes Ziyech, Pulisic, and all that lah. So they were doing fine without Lukaku. So Lukaku is a target man. Does Chelsea play a target man? I don't think so.
No.
So maybe they bought Lukaku because Lukaku can also run the channels, like what he did with Inter. Like he adds his games with assists as well, with the running
Yeah.
of the channels under Conte or blah. But somehow it doesn't work under this Chelsea team. I mean, maybe they were wrong about that signing, because he's actually okay now. He's already 100% fit, but he doesn't play. He doesn't start the game. So you have to question that. Like, you buy
But
someone for
that's not
100 million.
that's not what
The you
Tuchel is saying.
Sorry.
That's not what Tuchel is saying. Tuchel is saying that he's not even 100% match fit. So they're just
He-
giving him to play 70 minutes. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. He's
No.
in his
Okay.
view,
Hmm.
Tuchel said he cannot play 90 minutes. He could only play a certain amount of minutes. So what does that say? He's not
Why?
match fit. I
Why?
do not know. Because okay, so here's the thing. That's why I say that something strange.
Okay. Okay.
Because Lukaku,
Okay. Let me say something. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Let me say something, because I saw Chelsea's. Okay. When Lukaku was back in full training, he started playing 15 minutes, and then
okay,
he played 30 minutes, and then he played 75 minutes. So I thought after that he would play 90 minutes, because he's their striker, he's their number nine,
yeah,
he's their 100 million man, blah, blah, blah. But he still doesn't play for the next two games, two EPL games. He doesn't play.
exactly.
So that's why maybe I think it's not about the fitness thing.
Yeah,
If he's saying fitness, then why he plays in the Champions League for 75 minutes? He can always play him for 75 minutes and then take him off after 75. There's no issue in that. It's not like it's not the match fitness thing. To me, it's not. It's just a way to respond to the journalist. I think it's just to stop the question about Lukaku. They're saying that he's not fit. Okay, done. So so that the journalist wouldn't question him anymore. Understand? Not? So I
okay.
think it's I think it's about the cohesion of the team. Like, it doesn't work right now. Like, it doesn't really work on what
That is
Luka,
interesting.
Lukaku is not actually performing to what Tuchel is expecting him to perform. That's what I think.
Okay. Hmm. No, I mean I get your point, but I'm also thinking like I also feel like okay, Tuchel wants to play him, but I think Tuchel doesn't think that Lukaku is the main guy because in Tuchel's system, you are not the only guy who plays the strike. If that makes sense, like the attacking role. Like you got
Betul,
the
betul,
Reece James who is also
betul,
attacking,
betul.
and then you on your left you have like
Hmm,
Alonso or
hmm,
Ben Chilwell who's also playing the attacking game, and then you
hmm,
have Mason Mount who is also attacking,
hmm,
and
hmm.
and you have all these guys are all doing their role. Okay, so
Basically,
for
what you're trying to say
Lukaku,
is basically you're trying to say is actually the goal is not just from Lukaku lah. The
that's right.
goal is
The
from
goal is
the
not
goal is
just
from
from
everywhere. It's go
And
from
I don't
everywhere.
think, yeah, correct, but I don't think Lukaku is. I don't think he likes it. You get
Yeah,
me? Like
I
macam,
think I think so too.
yeah, I don't think he likes that idea of like I need to. The ball is going everywhere else, but not to me.
Mm,
So every time I watch Lukaku play, he's always frustrated that why you're not passing to me. Why you're not
mm,
passing the ball to me? He's
mm,
always screaming to
mm,
them. So,
mm.
but they don't. But he doesn't understand that in Tuchel's system, it's not about you. It's about the whole
Betul,
team.
betul,
The whole team is attacking as a unit, right? And
betul.
that's how Tuchel's system work, right? I mean, I enjoy watching them play. Honestly, I watch them play every week. I catch their game every week,
Best kan?
right?
Itulah,
And
I like the way their wing backs punya role lah. I like it lah.
supreme, bro, supreme.
Mm, mm.
Those are called the supreme level of attacking fullbacks.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I
Modern
must
day
say,
attacking football.
this is what I think from a fan point of view, right? Then I feel Lukaku is starting to show the idea where hey, I don't really fit into your system, or I don't really like the system that I'm playing. And but for me it's like if you're a pro player, you should just I don't know, you just adapt, I guess. Like yeah, absolutely right. Like macam like that is the only way. Like you if you want to break through the
Mm,
system, if you want to
mm,
make it into the system, you have to prove that you don't have to rely on everybody. You have to play, you have to create, you have to link up, you have to do something.
mm, mm,
You have
mm,
to do
mm, mm,
something. Like you don't
mm,
have to just
mm.
wait for the ball, because if you watch when he was in Conte's time, okay, when he was in Conte's time, his technical ability was actually polished or improved. All right, his touch
Betul.
was improved.
Mm,
His touch was
mm.
improved. The way he received the ball from the back, and then his turn,
Yeah,
like the
betul. Yeah.
Drogba's movements.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm,
he
mm,
sort of did a bit of that, and then he was
mm.
also involved in a lot of counter attacks when he was in
Okay. Mm,
Conte system. Okay, but
mm,
when you
mm.
see in Tuchel system, okay, man, where got counter attack because they hold the ball most of the
Tak
time.
ada. Betul,
Chelsea
betul,
hold the
betul.
ball most of
Mm.
the time, and
Yeah,
they keep attacking you.
that's why I think suddenly Tuchel is realizing that it doesn't work lah. It doesn't when he plays he's not cohesive enough. If you see Harvard's play, he's not always no Chelsea doesn't play with a target man. Everybody can be a target. You
Yeah,
understand what I mean?
absolutely,
Everybody can be a target. So like you said lah, Lukaku is a target man. He wants to be the main scorer or some sort. But he cannot lah. He cannot under the Chelsea team. He cannot do that lah. He cannot do that because if you don't perform like what Tuchel wants of you, Tuchel will just put Havertz there. Then you're done.
absolutely. Oh,
These
what did I
managers
say?
can
Hmm.
these managers can play the false nine easily lah. That's the thing. So they don't actually need a number nine.
Which is what City is doing, right? Like City is everyone is a false nine. Bernardo Silva is basically the false nine, and
Semua orang bro.
semua orang, yeah. Foden is a false nine. Grealish can be
Ah,
a false nine as well.
they can apa interchange like crazy and then still
Oh
smooth.
man,
Crazy kan?
the way they spin around, the way they just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
fast
yeah,
move,
yeah.
spin. Oh man,
Tukar,
it's
tukar,
mad.
tukar. Suddenly, Grealish over on the right, suddenly in the center, but they still keep the same shape. They still keep the same cohesiveness. Like crazy, bro. Crazy, crazy. They
Yeah,
are
and
really, really
this kind of thing
well
is,
drilled.
yeah, well drilled, right? Well drilled.
Mm-hmm.
Like this kind of thing is like it's like a raptai, raptai, like macam like when you when you go to
Betul,
watch,
betul.
like you go and watch like whenever there's like a national day,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
in,
yeah,
Malay
yeah.
we call it perarakan, right?
Mm-hmm.
When all these march buses, and all these guys, the way they move cohesively
Mm-hmm.
together, and all this,
Mm-hmm.
because it takes that drilling, that you
Mm.
have to move with the same way and all that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
in football it's the same, it's a similar concept where you have to do that, you have to do that many times. And then
Mm.
when you play, there is no any other way, there's how you play, you
Mm.
pass and move,
Mm.
pass and move. And the
mm.
funny thing is, they do that all the time, and they
No,
just opponent just cannot break them. And
when you are well drilled, you don't need any time to think.
yeah,
When you have less time to think, that is when you are more dangerous lah. Because you know already what you're going to do. You tak
yeah,
payah nak tunggu sekejap 1-2 seconds to think what you're going to do. Like United whenever they have the ball, they have to like think what they want to do. It's not like dapat bola terus pusing terus pas. Dapat bola terus pusing, no, no. United have to think, like especially Bruno, especially Rashford, especially Cristiano Ronaldo. They have to really
mm,
think of what they want to do, and then only they do it. Like City, no. If KDB is on the right side, inside forward position, he will always cross into the far post every single time.
yeah,
If you see, correct or not? If
yep,
Mares is on the right, what he does is always whether he shoots or he crosses. No,
yep.
basically they don't have to think. If they don't have any option, they will just pass and recycle back. But they recycle the ball with penetration lah.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
sometimes in some teams, City when they play is a bit okay. It's a bit boring. I know this is a bit controversial, but it's a bit boring because they play the zonal tiki taka where they just go and pass among themselves. They
Yeah,
just pass
faham.
among. So after a while, like you become a bit boring because they are not attacking. They're just holding the ball. Okay, you know why? Like what you said, they're recycling the ball. That means they're getting into shape. They're getting into shape. So what they do while they get into shape is they hold the ball. They get into their
Mm.
position and then they do their tiki
Mm.
taka. Right.
Mm.
So I could say that City is so well drilled that when you watch them play, you know that whatever they are doing is with a purpose.
Betul,
Is with a
betul.
purpose. Like there
Mm.
is no like, oh, we are just like playing around. No, no, they're not
Mm.
freestyling. They are
Mm.
doing it because there is a reason why they are doing that. There's a reason why it looks a bit boring right now. Okay. But the last game, the Leeds game where they trash Leeds, I think 7-0 or something like that.
Yeah,
7-0 or
7-0. Yeah.
6-0, 7-0, right?
Mm.
Wow,
Mm.
that was not boring at all. they
You, you
they
know you, you know what Pep said? Pep said that last year we lost 5 points to Leeds last year. We
mm,
only gained 1 point. So that was basically his revenge, lah. Basically. Yeah.
hey Arif, my guy, this season so far I can say that West Ham and Wolves are so organized. What do you think for me?
West Ham, yeah. But Wolves is playing quite different lah from Nuno Gomez's time. Uh, Wolves currently, I
Mm,
think, a bit more expensive, lah, a bit more expensive. It's not just like your sit back and counter type thing. West Ham, okay,
yeah.
West Ham. I think like I said in previous shows, lah, I think West Ham finally the squad depth have finally caught up, lah. You know, because you can see that Declan Rice is currently playing at the center back position. They don't have
Mm,
any cover for center backs. So when you put Declan Rice at the back, then you lose Declan Rice punya ability in the middle of the park. So that's quite telling lah. That's why Arsenal can easily beat them lah. I think if they have their first team, I don't think Arsenal will actually win lah. So West Ham is actually, yeah, they did well for the start of the season, but somehow now it's kindly tailing off a bit because of the squad lah. Squad has finally kicked in lah. The squad depth.
mm,
That's
mm,
what I
mm.
think lah. Okay, I want to ask you about going back to, are we done with Chelsea, right? Chelsea done lah kan. Tak ada
Yeah,
apa-apa
yeah,
nak
yeah.
cakap lagi.
Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to ask you about this. I just want to ask you about Ronaldo. What do you think of Ronaldo so far?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Um, what do I think in terms of his?
In
Was
terms
it
of his 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 season so far and his role in the team.
okay? I had lunch with I had actually a late lunch with Arif earlier. He asked me the same question. He asked
Okay.
me why. Okay, talk to me about Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, was it the right move for United to get him? Okay,
You
I
you asking me or what?
no, he asked me, Arif,
Oh,
you
okay,
know,
okay, all right,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, he
okay.
the guy who commented, yeah. So I had a late
Mm,
lunch with him earlier, right?
mm,
So and then he asked me the same question that you asked me. So he asked me, okay. Then I responded to him, okay. So this is how I'm going to respond. I told him that, okay, Cristiano, we are never going to say no to Cristiano. Okay, let's look at the situation when he was going to come to Ronaldo United, right? We were never going to say no to Cristiano. He had to come to United, right? But in terms of his performance right now, I think we have to be realistic with our performance with Cristiano. That we must know that what he can contribute and what he cannot contribute because of his age and his
mm,
and
mm,
his
mm,
and what he does right now. He's no more
mm.
that winger that used to play the ball. He's only the fox right now. Okay,
No. Mm,
so
mm.
if we were to actually minus his goals, okay, if we were to minus his goals, we will not even be in Champions League.
Yeah, he's actually, to me, he's actually like Bruno without the goal. That's how I see him.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's how I see him because
Oh, okay. I have a different
you
view.
okay,
Yeah.
never mind. You go on.
I feel okay for Cristiano. I think he's the one. He is the only guy that I would think that would actually have the mentality to do something and impact the game, even though we play crap.
Mm,
Bruno, since you brought up Bruno for another instance has no impact in the game.
okay.
Has no impact in the game. Although you
Mm,
say that he makes an assist and all that, but
mm,
honestly, even the assist that he makes is not an impact. All right. But for Cristiano, it is an impact because he comes in during clutch moments. That means last minute. He
betul,
he comes
betul.
through during that time.
I give
Like for
I give him
Bruno,
that lah. Mm, I give him that. Mm,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And but in comparison to Bruno, he
mm,
does all the way he plays, like he tries to penetrate and all that, but it's not impacting the team in a positive way. Like what was the point of that? You get me? Question, like what's the point of that movement?
yeah.
What's
Mm,
the point of this? But
mm,
for Ronaldo, we understand because he's the fox in the box. There are certain things where he doesn't do, right? So but when he delivers in the last minute, you knew, like, okay, this is why we bought him. All right. But if you're talking about the overall 90 minutes gameplay, that's a different question because Ronaldo does certain things where only he can do, but there's a lot of things that he
okay.
doesn't do, like a proper modern striker, which
Mm,
is which is to link up. Okay, the way he actually tries to actually hold up and all that, he doesn't do all
mm,
that.
mm. Okay. Mm,
Go on, yeah.
yeah. To me, first thing is, if you say to me, would you buy Cristiano Ronaldo? I would say no. At the time, I would say no, because I don't think we need his goals because we already can score goals. We already we already can score. I mean, you remember the season
Mm,
where we had Rashford, Greenwood, Martial, and Bruno all four
yeah.
on song. You remember that season? How many goals they scored? How many assists they get between themselves? We even surpassed Salah, Firmino, and Mane punya tally, if you remember.
Yep. Yep.
So to me, I don't think I need his goals. But yeah, lah, like you said, if he was going to come, who is going to say no? It's Ronaldo,
Exactly.
man. So we can, okay, take him. But as a football punya cohesiveness, that's why I said if he doesn't score, if he doesn't assist, he's basically like Bruno in terms of he cannot pass, he doesn't have any vision, he doesn't hold up the play. What does he do except for scoring? Yeah, I know that he scores these clutch moments and stuff like that. Like I said before,
Mm,
I don't need his goals. We have these people. We have Greenwood, Martial, we have Rashford, like before. So um, I I don't want to say that he is disrupting the team right now. I don't think
mm,
he is disrupting. He's just that he is the guy right now that in order for Ronaldo to play and in order for Ronaldo to perform, you need to supply him. We don't have any supply. We don't supply him. If you don't supply him, he is basically void. You get what I mean? Or not? You like for instance the games versus Norwich. What
Okay.
Okay, for instance, game versus Norwich. Is there any positive you can take from that game aside from that penalty from Ronaldo?
Okay. If you're talking about just Norwich, no,
Hmm.
no positive,
No, again,
no
no. Okay,
positive.
Okay. Like for other games, I
But
understand that
Crystal
he
Palace,
gets Crystal Palace. Okay, Crystal Palace, correct. Crystal Palace, he really pressed lah. He pressed. He did all that lah. He did.
exactly. Yeah.
He can play that pressing role. I think so. He
Yeah.
can play, but that's just how. Okay, that's that's just it lah. Pressing. You need
Okay.
the link up. You need the link up as well. You need the hold up ball. To me, if you want to if you want the team to be cohesive with Ronaldo in it, you know, you have to supply him with the opportunity, and you also have to have someone who can bounce the ball off him. Like, for
Okay.
instance, we need a Martial there. We need some sort of a striker like Firmino there. We need a striker that's like like your your 9.5 kind of player. We need that.
Yeah.
Then only I can see that. Then only I can see that Ronaldo in this team is quite cohesive. Now I don't see it. Now there I really don't see it. It's just man, but it's not just Ronaldo. It's just not Ronaldo. It's everybody in the front lah, in the front of the positions lah, kan.
No. Okay. I agree. I get what you're saying, but I
Hmm.
think for me, from what I see, is I don't think the Bruno and Ronaldo partnership is working. That
Betul,
is how
betul.
I see
Memang
it.
tak. Betul,
Okay.
memang it doesn't
Because
work.
it's not working, and it's not just it doesn't even work in at 10 or 20%. It's zero
No, it
percent. It
doesn't work.
doesn't work
It's
at
zero
all.
percent. Correct, correct.
0%. And this is why is looking bad for Cristiano, because everybody knows how Cristiano plays. This is what he's been playing for a long time. Like even for the
Mm,
past 3 years or 4 or 5 years, this is how
mm,
he plays. So when we get
mm.
Ronaldo, I would not, I don't know like what to expect. Like, or do we want Ronaldo to do all the link ups and start doing
No,
all the hold up
no.
plays? And for me, it's like I'm not expecting him to play like that, because that is not Cristiano
Mm,
anymore, right? So,
mm,
but
mm,
like what you say, you need a Martial to actually go and do to get the engine to work, get the link up to work, get some
mm.
movements, get some short passes, right? So I feel like
Yeah.
in that case, that is why Ralph introduced the two number 10, right? He puts in
Mm,
Sancho, correct? He
mm,
puts in Sancho, and he puts in Bruno, because he knows that Bruno alone is not working. He knows he's already saw, so he put the two number 10s in there, um in the system, in the final third, so that whenever Bruno mistakes, when Bruno is not creating, that partnership is not creating, at least Sancho is able to step in and do something, right? So I feel the Bruno's decline is affecting Ronaldo's performance. I would say in that way lah.
Okay, like you said just now, you don't expect Ronaldo to do all this link up, all this hold up the ball, etc. That's why I say if he doesn't assist, he's basically doing
Yeah,
nothing. He's basically doing nothing. So that's why, in a way, we need someone so that Ronaldo can look better.
exactly.
Ronaldo is just about scoring. Now at his current age, because you know that he can score at that clutch moment. So you need that clutch moments from him. If things
Exactly.
doesn't go well, you need that clutch moments. So
Mm,
okay, to be more cohesive, yeah, you need someone like Martial there
mm,
to actually first bounce with the two number tens and then
mm.
along with Cristiano. So imagine if can you imagine some scenario whereby Sancho, Pogba, Martial, and Ronaldo playing week in week out how you think that would perform? That would be absolutely tremendous, bro. Seriously, I tell you, Ronaldo will back a lot
Okay,
of goals. Ronaldo will back a
uh,
lot of assists as well. I would think so.
absolutely. Like, okay, the thing about Martial is, for me, is his attitude and his mental. I think his talent is, it's been,
It's
everybody
clear
knows
to see
he's
lah.
one of the best.
It's clear to
Everybody
see.
knows
Yeah,
he's good.
yeah.
You can say his fitness and all that. I'm not too sure about that. I think he can play. But I think his attitude is where we do not know how much he will compete to take up that number 9 spot. Like, how can he compete with Cristiano? How can he compete with the rest to
He doesn't.
actually?
Okay, he doesn't need to compete now as because currently Rangnick punya system he needs two strikers, correct or not? Or two forwards.
Okay,
So I don't think he needs to compete with Ronaldo. And Ronaldo, Ronaldo will always play lah. Whenever he is fit, he will play. Whenever he is 100% or ninety five
he's
percent,
always
he will
fit.
definitely.
Yeah, Cristiano is
Yeah,
usually fit.
he will definitely play. And I do think that the United punya hierarchy will say that okay, this is a player that you cannot simply drop lah, so he has to play every
Okay,
time. So I do think that lah because he is Cristiano Ronaldo ma. So he in itself is bigger than United. Some that sort of thing.
yeah.
So yeah, so I see it as Martial has to fight currently right now with Rashford and Cavani. Can he do that? Absolutely 100%. If he sees Rashford's way, I mean Rashford's punya play now, and confirm in his hearts of hearts, he would think like, yo, I'm better than this guy, man. I can easily surpass him lah and play in the first team. I don't see why not lah. I don't see why not lah. But
I agree
again,
with you.
on the mentality side lah, because I don't know him personally, right? So I hope he thinks that way and he try to get back into the team lah.
Yeah,
I think Rangnick would like to play him lah. Would like to try him at least
that's the
one or
thing. Like,
twice.
we've been saying this for a long time, right? Like, when Rangnick comes, he's going to play Martial, but
Mm.
he hasn't started, right?
Yeah,
Um,
he's actually injured lah kan. So it's no
yeah,
no
but
no no option.
we have to see. We have to see what happens. For me, okay, I have a personal. I love Martial. In fact, I feel Martial is the most technical player we have. Uh, in
Mm.
Manchester, I rate him so much,
Mm.
but I feel like
Mm.
his mental is actually is his hindrance to break through, because um he he must compete for a spot lah, honestly, because we have too many forwards, too many attackers. Okay, in
Mm.
the front we have Rashford, we have Greenwood, we have Bruno sometimes play as
Oh
center
yeah,
back.
I forgot
Okay,
about Greenwood. Yeah. Mm.
Greenwood. Okay, we have
Mm.
Cavani,
Mm.
who's probably going to leave, and then we have Cristiano. He has to compete. Uh, there is no excuse for Martial. As much as I love Martial, there is no excuse for him when he becomes fit. He whether Ralph chooses him or not, I have to trust Ralph when he chooses Rashford. Even though he chooses Rashford, I would think that Martial is not performing enough on the training pitch, right?
Mm.
So
Mm.
Martial,
Mm.
he can be the most technical player, but if
Mm.
he's not performing and telling the manager, I'm actually done good, I'm really good even on the training pitch, then the
Mm.
manager won't pick him
Of
even
course,
on
of course,
the live
of
match.
course.
So
Of course.
my point is basically Martial needs to compete. He needs to look
Mm.
at Rashford and
Mm.
say, you know what, you are playing on the
Mm.
left. I probably won't be able to play in the center as a center forward. I
Mm.
will compete with your spot. I'll try to take up the left. So that is my view on Martial. Like, I have no excuse for him, honestly. Like, he's the most technical player, and the same goes to Pogba, man. Like, I know Pogba is injured and all that, but I have very high expectations on Martial and Pogba because I rate them very highly. And but I have no excuse for Pogba. Like, when he comes back from his fitness,
Mm.
when
Mm.
he's fully fit, I do expect him to hit the ground running. Obviously he will not be able to play straight away 90 minutes and all that, but I do expect
Bro,
him to. bring a great value to the team.
For Pogba, okay, for Pogba, Ole has been playing him in the wrong position for quite some time, lah kan. So
Yep, yep,
it
yep, yep,
yeah,
yep.
so it does affect. Okay, he's playing. Sometimes he's playing as a pivot, you know, as a pivot, and most of the time as a pivot, but sometimes on the left. So when he plays at the pivot, he is expected to do a defensive job as well, whereby
Mm,
he is not a defensive player. You cannot expect him. You cannot expect someone who is not playing in that position to perform in that position. It's not. It's just crazy. And then, you know that what he's actually good at. He's actually good at the attacking side of the game. You know, he is more okay. He is more effective at the attacking punya area. Correct or not?
yep.
So when you as a player, you know your strength. I know I'm the best number 10 at the club. You don't kid ourselves lah. He is the best number 10 at the club. He is the best attacking creative player at the club.
Absolutely.
Far it's like langit dengan bumi bro, dia dengan Bruno. So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
so when he sees that Bruno is playing as a number 10 and him playing at the base of the midfield, what would you think that he would feel? Yeah, nah,
Mm,
you are a professional footballer, you have to
yeah.
perform regardless, blah 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 blah. But in his heart, in his mind, he's like, why am I playing here? Of course, betul tak? I mean, if you put someone who is excelling at another position into another position that he is not actually that, then it
Mm,
affects you. It really affects you, and that's why somehow over over time, over time, it's it's like it's like dragging your feet to the office lah, basically. And then his performance dropped because of his mental is not there, and then and then Ole started to drop him lagi lah, dia marah, because
mm.
bro, before Ronaldo came in, who is the star player? Bro, it's Pogba, bro. Pogba is the star player,
Yeah.
not just because of his name, it's because of his talent, bro. You know.
Mm,
So it does affect you in a way lah. That's why he took him sampai sekarang lah. He doesn't sign his contract yet. So it will affect lah players. Nowadays players are not like like they used to be. Last time dulu player dulu zaman during your Chelsea, Mourinho
yeah.
era, during Ferguson's era, the players are, if they are dropped, they will perform like crazy to be back in the team. They are like
Yeah.
they are like they are like men lah, men. You know. Nowadays, the society is different, bro. The society is different. So you have to change over time lah.
It
The,
is
the
what it
management
is.
has it is what it is, correct. It is what it is. So the management has to how you say, has to accommodate that lah.
Mm,
That's why I think Mourinho is currently going down now, because Mourinho is stuck with his old ways. He
yeah.
expects the current generation to be like the generation of his Chelsea's, his Porto's, his Inter
Mm,
Milan team. Cannot be done lah, bro.
yeah.
So mm,
Yep.
that's what I
Um,
think.
Ammar has a request. He said, talk about the UCL draw and the team against Snacks. Uh, first of all,
Let's do that. Mm,
I must say that I'm actually looking forward to the Atletico Madrid game because
mm.
apparently the last time we played them was 1991. 1991 or
Yeah, lama.
1992.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, and I'm
Mm,
quite like I was baffled, like, because not baffled, but I was quite intrigued to know that we have not actually played them for a long time. Like, we have never played
mm,
them. I mean, it's quite a generation already. And so that will be an interesting match. And I really, it was a really a breath of fresh air to know that we are playing Atletico. And Ronaldo's track record against Atletico is very good. But must say this, like I said, like if we don't sort out our team, by February when we play against the when we get into the knockout stage, you cannot rely on Ronaldo's track record.
Tak boleh, tak
You
boleh.
have to be a proper cohesive team because you know how Digio Simeone is. Some say like Atletico is they know the dark arts of football.
Hmm.
They play with attitude one, and because the what's
Hmm.
this guy named Rodrigo De Paul. I think he plays in
Hmm.
the. I think he's a defensive midfielder or something like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Rodrigo De Paul. Oh, that guy is. He taunts you, man. He wind you up. He's like the Lamela, but he's more tacky than Lamela. But he's
Hmm.
like the Lamela of Atletico Madrid, and you cannot mess with him because he will get you frustrated. And you know how United, when they get frustrated, they
Yeah,
let their guard down, and we are
yeah,
done with.
yeah.
Go on for me.
I'm yeah, I'm quite intrigued lah. I mean, if it's versus PSG, um, I would think versus PSG would be an easier game for United lah.
Oh, okay.
Because
Okay, I get your point.
because
I hear you
mm,
actually.
because because of the cohesiveness lah, and because of the cohesiveness of the PSG team compared to Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid is more cohesive, is more as a unit rather than PSG. So I'm happy with the Atletico Madrid because I see it as a tougher tougher tie than PSG, and I want United to be tested lah. I want United this team under Ralf Rangnick to be tested by a proper cohesive unit, hard to break down, and very very sharp on the counter. You remember do you watch the game Atletico Madrid versus Liverpool? Not?
Yep.
You see how Atletico Madrid played. Not? They were all over Liverpool, bro.
Yep.
They just couldn't
Absolutely.
score. They just couldn't score the extra game. Liverpool cannot do anything, and Liverpool managed to get a counter
Absolutely.
goal and things like that. And then Atletico Madrid, yeah, they had a red card, right? They got a red
Yeah,
card.
yeah, yeah.
That's why Liverpool won the game. But Atletico Madrid was superb, and this was not like a normal Champions League team.
mm,
This is against Liverpool. Liverpool, and not Liverpool with all the injuries. Liverpool with Van Dijk there, with Trent, with Robertson, with everybody is there,
yep.
and they still can perform like that. Unfortunately, they lost, but you know if they do that, they haven't lost any knockout games in the Champions League at their home ground. Not?
Mm.
That's quite a record, bro. That's quite a record.
Yo.
So
So,
and
uh,
talking about Ronaldo punya track record versus
track
Atletico
record. Yeah.
Madrid. Yeah, one he was with Real Madrid,
Mm.
where there's a lot of ballers, as you can see, ballers that can feed him and all. Same as Juventus as well. Can you see it? If this United team, if the same United team that we currently have is playing against Atletico Madrid, do you think Ronaldo will score? I don't think so, man.
Exactly.
Unless Raf changes lah. Like I said, changes meaning to say you put Greenwood or Martial, or you put and Pogba has to play, or maybe Van der Beek has to play in the middle or things like that lah. Then only I think we have a chance to fight with them lah. If not we cannot lah, bro. Regardless of your records.
Um, we must know. Okay, the thing about Atletico Madrid is they are not just a low block team. They are very, very aggressive. In
Yeah, they're
terms,
aggressive.
they are
Yeah,
very aggressive. They are
yeah,
not your
they're aggressive.
usual Stoke City or your Burnley
No, no,
who
no,
likes
no,
to
no.
sit back.
They used
They are not.
they used to be like that. They used to be like that, but I think this year they changed a bit. They changed a bit. They are more expensive, but they can revert to type. You understand? Or not? Because they've been learning that type, that low block thing since Simeone was there. Simeone is there for how many years already? So they know how to do it if they want to do it.
Yeah,
Let's say if they score one goal, okay, let's sit back and counter them, no problem. Or if you want to go and play the expensive way, also we can play.
yeah. I
You
think
know,
I
this
think
is
for
a
yeah. Go ahead. You were saying.
no, no. I'm just saying this is I like this test lah on United. I like this
I
test.
love
I
this
want to see
test.
how
I'm really
I want to
looking
see
forward
how
to this.
I want to see how they actually perform
I
against
think
Atletico
one
Madrid.
thing we have to note is United always had a problem with low block teams, going against low block teams. Like we
Yeah,
always had a problem because
because we always play Ronaldo and Rashford. Sorry, not Ronaldo. Because we always play Bruno and Rashford. That's the thing. That's our
and
problem.
we don't have the players to find spaces in a short time, like quickly find a space, quickly find that triangle, or quickly exploit the space, or quickly overload them to a side so that you can find space on the other side, you know
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
those kind of thinking pattern, we don't have this. That's why I'm saying, like, we have 2 months and we have to sort this out, man, because Suarez is going to come after us,
Hey,
and
you think sempat ya?
Griezmann and
You
Suarez.
think
Sorry,
you think sempat ya? 2 months. I don't think so lah sempat. Itulah problem dia.
no lah. I think if we take it game by game, like we just prepare for that game. If
Mm,
you're
mm,
talking
mm,
about mentality and all that, it's no. Like my answer is no.
mm,
But if you're
mm,
talking about, okay, strategy wise, we might be able to
mm.
do something. Like Ralph he can come out
Yeah,
with a
yeah, yeah.
strategy. But in terms
Maybe
of
lah.
mentality and like macam an ability, do we have an ability? I still doubt, because like what you say, Bruno's decline is really affecting the forwards. So I would say that, like, we are not ready,
Okay.
but if there is a strategy, we might be able to give it a shot. Yeah, go ahead.
Decline. Okay, when you say Bruno declines, declines in what? In scoring and assists. Is that it?
No, overall gameplay, like overall
Like
gameplay,
for
like,
me, yeah, like for me, I think Bruno has been playing like this for quite some time already. Correct or not?
no. So
It's just
okay,
that
I
it's just that the
I
goals and assists has been masking everything.
okay. So if you correct me if I'm wrong, okay, when he
Mm,
was
mm,
in Ole's time, all right, we
mm,
used to
mm,
counter a lot. Okay, when we used to counter a lot of his
mm.
passes jadi. Okay, if he makes 10 passes, at least five jadi. Okay, five goes through. Okay, because of the space the defenders leave at the back, right? We
Okay,
used to
okay,
counter a lot. All right, so
okay.
it
Mm,
makes him look good. Okay, so I would take that. Okay, I would give credit to that, because it is what it is. Like he makes a pass lah. So, and that is a good pass. You have to say it's a
mm,
good pass, because the pass
mm.
actually went to the striker, and I thought that was a good pass. But right now we don't play counter. If you realize, with Ralph, or even with Carrick,
Betul, betul.
the only the with Chelsea we saw that mistake from Jorginho, so we counter,
Mm,
and then we
mm.
but right now we are playing a pressing game, which is very very different than playing a counter. It's a
Counter.
counter
Mm,
press. Yeah, it's a
mm,
counter press. So you're basically trying to trap the opponent to make a mistake, then
mm,
you take advantage on
mm,
it, and then you
mm,
hit them,
mm,
right?
mm.
So what I say is, in that kind of case, you need a lot of intelligence to make the right pass. So in
You
that
are
scenario, he has
hundred,
declined.
100%, bro, 100%. So basically, you're saying that he is not fit into the system, lah. He doesn't fit
He's
into
not
the
fitting
first
into
team.
the system yet,
Um,
lah, I would say, because I still think that he still has a future in the system. Okay,
but not as a
but
number 10.
not as a number 10, not as how we perceive number 10 is supposed to be.
Correct, correct.
How we perceive, because maybe in his mind, number 10 is a different role, right? Maybe he
Mm.
has a different kind of thinking on number 10. I do not know, but I could see why Ralph put a two number 10. Okay, in Ole's time was only Bruno was the only number 10.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Mm,
Ralph came in, he straight away implemented the 4-2-2-2, right?
mm,
And he
mm.
put Sancho and Bruno as a number 10. So if you see Sancho keep going to a bit to the side, like a bit to the middle, like to play as a number 10, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because he knew that Bruno was making a lot of mistakes.
Mm,
And in this system, he's going to take a while.
mm.
Yeah, so that's my thoughts on the decline of Bruno. Um, I'm I like his stats, but stats alone won't show that you're a proper footballer. Yeah,
You know that if you don't score and if you don't score and if you don't assist, you can still play well. You can see
yeah,
people. You can see still see players play well even without scoring, even without
exactly.
having assist. Correct? Or not? So
Especially player in his role. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. With Bruno, if he doesn't have his goals and assists, he's nowhere to be seen. Correct? Or not? So
yeah,
that's why I say he's been I mean that goals and assists has been masking his performances, and now only we see what he is actually is. For quite some time already, we've seen this. I've seen this. I've actually on his case since last year. Since last year already, I've been like, oh, this guy, this fella is just not it, lah. Kan. I mean,
yeah.
but his goals and his assists. The fans on Twitter has been comparing Bruno with Eric Cantona. Hey, how dare them? Eh? Seriously, I tell you. Mana boleh you
It's
compare? You
just
cannot
hype lah.
compare. Yeah, of course, it's just like because his his scoring and his assist ability. No man, he always hides in the big games. If you see, Cantona always
This
comes in the big games.
these people who compare have not watched Eric play.
Exactly,
Okay, they have
exactly.
not watched a 90-minute. Have you watched a 90-minute game like on a YouTube? Like, please send them a link and say that, hey, you know what?
Mm.
I give you this link. You go and watch how he
Tengok.
plays.
Yes, it's just not about scoring. It's just not about assists as well. He see how he plays. He see how he sees the game.
IQ. He
IQ
has
tinggi
very high
gila bro.
IQ, bro.
He has high IQ and he has high ego as well, and he knows that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he is the best, things like that. So
He's a dominate. He comes to dominate lah. He doesn't
yeah,
he doesn't like to
yeah,
be a second. Like
correct,
I'm the second
correct.
guy. Yeah,
No, no,
he wants all the attention.
he is dominant and he wants the attention and he delivers
Yes. Okay, Amar. Okay, we take one last question before we wrap up. And then why Atletico is scared of Bayern? Well, Atletico, like I said, Atletico, I think they don't want to face the big teams all the way. I think they want to meet the big teams when it matters, like when in the semi final or a final. Then I think they will gladly meet a Bayern or what lah. If you meet the number one ranking club, even in your knockout stage, obviously any team would feel threatened.
of course.
So yeah, I mean any team will feel threatened. Even though if
But
you're Liverpool, you'll feel threatened.
yeah, everybody is scared of Ryan lah, basically. So because they are the favorites lah, right now. They are the favorites of the for the title. So they along with Manchester City lah, I think. So what can you say? What can you say? But actually, I don't think it's more about they are scared of Bayern. It's just that during that draw, you can clearly see that something is wrong.
Yeah,
They're trying to susun the draw in such a way, and then Kantoy, everybody can see it, and then
it's so
because of
embarrassing, man.
and then because of the backlash, they say, oh, technical punya issue lah, blah blah blah. Alah,
I
they just cover line lah, bro. It's just to cover their tracks lah. Tu je lah.
man. But anyway, yeah, I mean, we're gonna wrap up, guys. So hit that like button. Okay, if you're watching, hit that like button. It's a thumb up like that. Please hit it
Mm,
right now. Hit the like button. It helps in our algorithm because when you hit
mm,
the like button, it comes on the YouTube feed more for those who have subscribed. And you have not subscribed, subscribe you know right now, and thank you for your support and tuning in. I think our highest number today was seven viewers. As you know that we've been doing this for past 1 month now. Yeah, I
mm.
think it's our fourth stream. I think it's been 1 month. So we love your thoughts and your questions, and we hope to see you guys again. Yeah, Amar says happy birthday. Thank you, man. Thank you. But yeah, guys, continue to support. Continue to check out our IG account as well, our Instagram. Right, it's called the Football Juice. We usually put up content, snippets of our streams as well. Continue to support and remember to share it to your friends as well who loves football. Yeah, for me, anything to say before we wrap up?
Mm, nothing much, man. Stay safe out there, people. You know this COVID thing is really bad. Currently, is going into another
Yeah,
phase of lockdown everywhere. So stay safe, and yeah, like and subscribe and share to all your
that's right.
friends, to your football
Yeah,
football fans out there, and we will see you. We see you again next week,
yeah. We see
and
you again
hope
next
and
week.
hope we have the band members again next week. Everybody,
Yeah, the rest of the guys hope.
yeah,
Yeah, let's
yeah,
look out for the details on our IG page. If there are any changes to the timing, look out for
yeah,
the
yeah.
details as
Mm,
well. And
mm.
so before we sign out, just want to big up to Fami for joining me tonight, as always. And do check
No
out
problem,
his
no
Twitter
problem.
as well. He's
No
always
problem.
active on his Twitter. His Twitter
Yeah.
handle is right there. He doesn't sleep. That whenever I
And I
wake
do,
up, at 4 a.m., I see Fami tweeting as well.
it's bad,
So
you know.
this
I
guy
think I
doesn't
need to
sleep,
sleep
man.
early, lah. I need to sleep early, lah. It's bad, lah.
All right. So I'm going to let you go so you can have some sleep, man. So see you guys
Okay.
and
Mm.
catch you guys soon. Bye.
Okay, Joe, bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Peace out.